welcome to another edition of Turn 5 Racing here at Desoto Speedway. I'm your host, Jake Wilson, welcoming you to another great night of racing here at the South's fastest short track, Desoto Speedway. Huge night of racing on tap here tonight as we've got the Sunoco Race Fuel Pro Late Models in action, as well as the Q Auto and Injury Attorney Pro Truck Series with 50 laps here at the high banks of Desoto Speedway. LKQ Pick Your Part Pure Stocks in action with the Take Aim Gun Range Street Stocks, Modified Minis, and to top it all off, we're going back to school with the school bus figure eights here tonight at Desoto Speedway. Before we get to all the action tonight, let's check in with some of our drivers, and we'll kick things off with our Fan Choice Interview Winner of the Week. Joining us now on Turn 5 Racing is our winner this week of the Fan Choice Interview. It's the driver of number 6 Modified Mini. It's Dave Davis. Now, Dave, first race of the year, you had a really solid run with a third place finish. Tell us about how big it was to get the year started off with a good run like that.
Well, that's always nice to get in the top 3 to start the season off. The following week we had a little clutch problem, so I wasn't able to participate, but we seem to have gotten that fixed. We're just looking for a couple more RPMs. We should be pretty good to go.
When you have a disappointment like that where you're unable to compete like that, how much does it motivate you to want to get the car ready, work on the car at home, and get it ready to get it back out here in action again?
Oh, a lot. When you sit out here all day long in this heat and you get ready for race time and all of a sudden something's not working, it definitely motivates you to nut and bolt everything the following week and get everything ready to go.
Now, we've seen a big change this year with the Modified Minis. The car count has doubled pretty much since last year, and this has become one of the higher car counts here. What do you see of the Modified Mini division this year, and where do you see it going here at DeSoto Speedway?
We definitely got a good group of guys here this year. I know there's probably going to be at least 2 or 3 more that's going to participate. I noticed a couple guys that are out here tonight. With the track the way it's running right now and who's running it, I think it's going to bring out more cars. They're doing a real good job, so everybody feels comfortable about being here. I've been here since 2005, so it's I've driven just about everything they have out here except for a late model, and so they do a good job. I was glad to see some changes made, and I definitely think with not only the fans, but the car count's definitely going to go up.
Dave, congratulations on picking up the Fans Choice Interview this week. Remember to join us on Facebook each and every week. You can vote for a different fan choice each and every week. We're going to be highlighting all the different classes here at DeSoto Speedway, and keep an eye on the 6th tonight of Dave Davis as he competes in the Modified Mini division here at DeSoto Speedway. Joining us now on Turn 5 Racing, driver of the number 92 Pro Truck here at DeSoto Speedway, Jeff Gilbalt. Jeff, first race back here in DeSoto. Tell us how long it's been since you've been behind the wheel competitively here at DeSoto. And first of all, good to see you back out here, but tell us how long it's been since you've been behind the wheel here.
Well, thank you. It's been 11 years.
11 years.
And I don't know, my kids were getting older and they were kind of busy, and so we decided to stop racing. I never thought I'd do it again, and I started helping my little brother out, and I just got the fire, and I had to do it, and we spent the last year putting this thing together.
Tell us how this deal came about as far as getting the truck put together, and tell us what type of a process it was to get it race ready, because I've been keeping up on Facebook with you guys. You've been working on this truck for a long time, and now's the day you finally get to break it out here and put it into competitive action here at DeSoto. Tell us about how this deal came together.
Well, I asked my wife, I said, can we build a race car? And she was all for it. And we built a street stock, and very good friends with Danny Anderson over there. And I came out and started helping him, and I always had a love for the trucks. So I told my wife, I said, let's sell the street stock and just build a truck. Got on Karnak, I found the truck on Karnak. We started building it. I found the motor on Karnak, and all local people. Amazingly, how many people came out and helped me. Johnny over here said that they all helped me just because of my brother, but I really know they helped me because they love me.
Now, what would be a successful night tonight for you? I mean, first of all, how's the truck running since you've been out there, and what's going to be a successful debut for the 92 tonight?
Surprisingly, the times were very, very competitive. To this point, there's been like 3 trucks that are faster than me, and I feel pretty confident. We're going to bolt a good set of tires on, and as far as tonight, I want to run 50 laps. Yep. That would mean I'd be on the lead lap, not knock the body off, and I'd be extremely happy with that. Anything better than that's going to be a bonus.
Well, Jeff, we're glad to have you back out here in action. Keep an eye out on the 92 truck tonight as the Q Auto Injury Attorney DeSoto Pro Trucks take to the track tonight for 50 laps of the high banks of DeSoto Speedway. Joining us now on Turn 5 Racing, checking in with another one of our Q Auto and Injury Attorney Pro Truck drivers here at DeSoto, James D'Elia, JD3, as we got here on the panel here for the truck. Brand new truck, first time you're going to get to run it here at DeSoto. How excited are you to get this truck out here in action at DeSoto for the first time?
Pretty excited. My dad and me and our worker John did a lot of work on it to get it out here. We tried it out at Punta Gorda, had a lot of wrong with it. Got it all put back together. Hopefully have a good run tonight.
Now, you were just out there practicing a little bit. You had a little bit of trouble. We saw you guys working frantically back here trying to get everything fixed. Seems like you got everything bolted back down. What exactly went wrong out there for you?
The center link broke.
Center link broke? Yeah. Now, what would be a good night for you with this debut for this truck here tonight? What's going to be a good solid run, and what kind of expectations do you have with this truck here tonight?
I just want to try to finish the race this week.
Big 50-lap race here tonight with the Q Auto and Injury Attorney DeSoto Pro Trucks. Keep an eye on the 77 truck, brand new truck for James D'Elia III here at the high banks of DeSoto Speedway. Joining us now on Turn 5 Racing, driver the number 99 Pro Late Model, is Danny Foster. Danny, welcome here to DeSoto Speedway. Glad to have you back out here. Tell us about how excited you are to get out there and tear it up here with these Pro Late Models tonight.
Oh, I'm very excited. We have had some car trouble the last couple of times we come out, and last time we were here it rained, so we rained out. So Steve and the gang have put the car back together. We broke some stuff on it this morning, so we're looking forward to it.
What do you like about coming and running here at DeSoto? I mean, you've got your quarter-mile tracks here throughout the state, but being able to come here with the banking and getting a little bit more speed here, is that what kind of intrigues you and wants you to come here? But what do you like most about coming and running here at DeSoto?
It's real close to my house, so that makes it real nice. I'm from Sarasota, so a lot of times we'll run over at New Smyrna, and it's just a big long haul over there. And it's my home track, so always my favorite place to come.
Now, you've been out there doing some practice laps. We're going to get ready to go racing here in a little bit. How's the car feeling, and what do you think your chances are tonight of pulling off a win here tonight?
Well, last time we were practicing out here with the Supers, this is my Pro, we were running with the Supers, so the car is fast, but he just changed. It was a little bit tight the last practice, so we changed up some springs on it. So I think we got something to run up front anyway.
All right, we'll keep an eye out on the 99 car, Danny Foster, tonight as he competes with the Sunoco Race Fuel Pro Late Models here at the high banks of DeSoto Speedway. Tonight, the Junior Fan Club was back here at DeSoto Speedway, and it featured 3 of our drivers from the modified mini class. It's the 07 of Travis Barfield, the 4 of Gerald Thompson, and the 72 of Darren Ellis. We had the modified mini drivers on the front stretch, let the kids come down onto the racetrack, get a chance to go up and get their picture taken and get their autograph signed with our modified mini driver. Special thank you to our drivers and, of course, the Junior Fan Club, one of the best things out here at DeSoto Speedway each and every Saturday night. Turn 5 Racing is presented by Dean's Tree Service. You know, this time of year in Florida, we've got to be wary of the potential for hurricanes. The last thing you want is the risk of damaging your home and property. Dean's Tree Service specializes in large and dangerous tree removals for prepping for hurricane season. From tree trimming and removal to pruning and hauling, stump grinding, lot clearing, storm cleanup, and even mulching. Dean's Tree Service, 24-hour service from licensed and insurance professionals who guarantee to beat any written estimate. Call Dean's Tree Service at 941-650-8114. That's 941-650-8114. And be sure to tell them you heard about it on Turn 5 Racing. Joining us now on Turn 5 Racing, we got the winner tonight of the big Q Auto and Injury Attorney DeSoto Pro Truck Series race, the 50 of Danny Anderson. Danny, got to feel good being back in victory lane here at DeSoto, and you had to fight to earn this one. Chad Chastain had a very, very fast truck. Steve Darvalix was running up front there. Steve had trouble, and there you were able to take advantage of a good run there at the end, and you're able to get by Chad to pick up the win. Tell us how big of a win this was for you tonight.
Yeah, it's a really huge win. It advances me into the points, obviously. Anything that, Chad Chastain is just a heck of a race car driver. Last year he, struggled a little bit. This year he's pouring on strong. I mean, it just it feels really good to be able to win 2 in a row. The Q Auto and Injury sponsor that we get. I mean, it just everything helps to get us to where we need to be. Now,
tonight we were running local DeSoto points. The Joey Coulter Series kind of fell apart here a little bit, and we were trying to organize it and trying to get a truck series organized here in Florida because there's a lot of really, really good pro trucks here. Tell us about what's going on in the rejuvenation here of the fast truck. You know, you're very involved with that. Kind of give us an update on what's going on with that and what the future holds with that.
Well, I think poor Rick Bristol, you know, with the Joey Coulter series, is ill, and he couldn't take care of the truck series anymore. And then I've been running it for so long that I just couldn't let it go away. So I made the attempt and started moving forward with it, calling all the tracks and making sure that our dates would stay secure and telling all the drivers that we have something. And then next thing you know, I have Bobby Deal calling me off the hook, just saying, "Hey, I want to help. I want to keep the series going." I have a lot of friends behind me that are going to help out. We're going to run it totally different. I think the way all traveling series should be ran. There's no possible way that this series is going to go away the way we're going to set it up, the way it's going to go.
Now, I know you guys have kind of discussed rules and things like that and get everything organized. Is it going to be kind of like, you're going to try to keep along the lines of what the Coulter series was, or are you kind of tweaking things a little bit? What's the plan looking like for the rest of 2015?
Well, the big tweak that we're starting next week is that the trucks will all be on RPM chips, so they're going to be limited to a certain RPM. I think that's going to help with a lot of the bigger motors. I mean, mine will probably be affected a little bit. But I think we're trying to make it a more level playing field. We have other rules that we're tweaking a little bit as we go. But the biggest thing that we have with our series is all the racers are part of what happens in our series. I mean, we're not going to have one person that runs our series that's going to say, this is how it's going to be. It's going to be voted by a board. Suggestions are made by a committee and all the racers that are involved.
Well, Danny, congratulations on a big win here tonight at Desoto Speedway, and we look forward to talking to you more about the fast trucks, and we look forward to having you back on here at Turn 5 Racing. And Danny Anderson picks up a big win here tonight for the Q Auto and Injury Attorney Desoto Pro Trucks here at Desoto Speedway. Tonight's racing action was kicked off with the LKQ Pick Your Part Pure Stocks in action. Kyle Best back behind the wheel of the 67 car here tonight, looking for his first feature win of the 2015 season. Still trying to get that new car put together off of that big crash he had a couple weeks ago. And tonight was Kyle Best's night, as he would take the 67 car to victory lane, picking up his first win of 2015. The 26 of Brian Hillier back in action here tonight would bring the 26 car home in second. And the 3 car of Dwayne Best, despite having major transmission problems, is able to bring the 3 car home in the third position.
It's pretty good. I wish there were more cars, though. Winning's winning, I guess. I just wish there was more cars. I mean, yeah, winning's winning, but there's nothing better than beating a car, like a field full of 20 cars. But winning's winning, and I want to thank my Uncle Jimmy for letting me use his car again. My Camaro that was involved in that crash is junk, so I'll be building a car just like this one. So everyone else is in for a real rude awakening. So I got to thank the fans for coming out tonight. You guys are the greatest. You guys are number one. I mean it. You guys probably hear it all the time, but you guys don't understand. You guys are why we are here today. I got to thank my sponsor, Consolidated Heating and Air, Best Racing, Mac Ward, my mom, my dad, my sister, my cousins, Andy and Tish for coming out again, and all the fans for coming out again. Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't realize he had broke there and got into the back of him. I think we might have had something for Kyle there. It was really hooked up. We made some good improvements from the heat race. Best car we've had out here so far. I got to thank One Call Well Service. That's our business. That's what gets his car out here every week. Got to thank Flood Pros, FP Property Restoration. Thank you. And thank all your fans for coming out. Hopefully we get the car counts back up in this class. It's an exciting class, but I don't know where all the cars are at right now. That's it. We just keep coming back, and I hope we get faster every week.
There ain't nothing left in their first, reverse, second. I was just right around holding it in third gear. I'm like, oh, come on, just hold on. But, I can't complain. I come out last week and won, and tonight's third. I'm glad my son won. He'd been down in the dumps, and I knew I had my hands full because after the heat race, Jimmy made his car run pretty goddamn good. But I got to thank Consolidated Heat and Air, Best Racing, MLB Screening, Mac Ward, all these great fans, my wife, my kids, my brother, my sister-in-law, my cousins. If it wasn't them for each week busting our butts to get these cars out here. But this is the last time I'm racing for a while. I'm going to doctor the car up, so I'm going to make the seat fit so she can drive it, so she can get some seat time, get out of mini stock, move up to pure stock. But we'll have something later on in the year, though.
Next up, we had the modified minis in action for 25 laps. Great three-car battle all race long between the 72 of Darren Ellis, the 55 of Tom Zimmerman, and the 77 of Lee Davis. Ellis would grab the early lead from the 95 of Ronnie Brock Jr. at the end of the second lap, and he would bring Zimmerman and Davis along with him to the front. While Ellis was pacing the field, Zimmerman and Davis would begin to run side by side for the second spot for nearly half the race, directly behind the 72 of Ellis. Zimmerman able to clear Davis and made several attempts to try to get the lead from Darren Ellis in the closing laps, but his car would begin to break loose in turn 4 with about 3 laps to go. This allowed this allowed Lee Ellis in the 77 to come up to the rear of the 55, and it would allow the 72 of Darren Ellis to pick up his first victory in just his second start of the year. The 55 of Tom Zimmerman would finish in second, and the 77 of Lee Davis would finish in third.
See what you've been missing all this time?
Yes, sir.
You ain't forgot how, have you?
Not yet.
You're riding the bicycle, man.
Dalton says I'm forgetting it, so he can drive.
And we're going to talk about your feature, and winner of the modified is 72 of Darren.
Well, I'm glad to be here. I got to thank Travis for letting me drive the car. He called me, needed a driver. Of course, I'm not going to turn it down. A good ride. Got to thank Donnie Powers for working on the car all day. Eli Brenneman helped me all day, and again, Travis for letting me drive it.
I'm here tonight. I put a couple of new tires on it, and it just got too free there about halfway through the race. I was doing everything I could to try and pass them, and every time I got inside of them, I just couldn't get a good enough run up off because I'd get loose.
Next up, we had 25 laps with the Sunoco Race Fuel Pro late models in action. Once again, the 81 car of Anthony Campy Racing was out here with Chad Chastain behind the wheel. Picked up his first victory a few weeks back, and he was looking to go back-to-back and pick up win number 2 on the season, and he had that 81 car on a rail tonight. Chad Chastain would go on to dominate our pro late model race tonight, picking up his second win of the season. The 99 of Danny Foster would come home in second, and finishing in third would be the 33 of Bill Van Dievender.
This is awesome. I mean, I can't thank these guys enough. I didn't think we had as good of a car as we had last time when we won also, but it came live at night, and I don't know if the track was just greasy or what, but it came alive, and we picked up like 2 tenths, so that never hurts. And I got to say thanks to Keith Spotter, and he pulled a 1 for the pill, so that never hurts also. But Earth Tech Environmental and Custom Cooling, without them, I probably wouldn't be running this late model right now. So I just got to thank them. I can't thank them enough. So.
Yeah, there was no touching him, but I just want to thank my sponsors, Lucas Oil and Wonder Bar Guns, and then Steve Gill and Ronnie over there for helping me set it up.
Yeah, I really got to thank Chad. His dad, Ralph, called me on Sunday last week and said, will you come pull our car out of the weeds and just run it for us? We need to get car count. So I said, yeah, no problem. So we're running on year-old tires. A little bit of work on that car. It'll run up front. Then it was time for 50 laps with the Q Auto and Injury Attorney DeSoto Pro Trucks. The 12 of Scott Hogan, our fast qualifier, he would get the early lead and would begin to pull away from the 50 of Danny Anderson and the 36 of Chad Chastain, who would move up to third. The leaders would begin to catch lap traffic on lap number 12. This would allow Anderson and Chastain to get back up to the back bumper of the 12 of Hogan. 2 laps later, trying to move through some lap traffic, and problems would come as Chad Chastain takes the lead, but problems would come up for Scott Hogan in the 12 as he would get tangled up with some of our lap cars, and his night would come to an end just 16 laps into the event. Chastain would hold on to the lead on the restart with Danny Anderson and the 41 of Steve Darvalix close behind. Darvalix eventually would get around Anderson to take the second spot with 15 laps to go, and he's able to get right up to the back bumper of the 36 of Chastain. Darvalix would then have problems on the 41 car as he would be leaking fluid all over the racetrack, ending his night. So a tough break for our points leader, the 41 of Steve Darvalix. Chastain on the restart, he would have a couple of bad restarts where he would spin the tires there and fought off several attempts and several challenges by Danny Anderson. But with just a few laps to go, Danny Anderson with a great move is able to get by the 36 of Chad Chastain. And the 50 of Danny Anderson goes on to pick up the victory. The 36 of Chad Chastain comes home in second. Cody McDuffie in the 25 truck with a great third-place finish.
Truck went to jump, and it came to me.
Yeah, that was perfect.
What the hell?
Where's Curtis at? Here he comes. He wouldn't come down. He wouldn't come down.
Man, I just can't say enough about Chad. He's just come a long way. He got by me early in the race, and I was like, I don't have nothing for him. Truck was just really loose all the way through the center of 3 and 4, and then that caution just played in my favor because after that, the truck just tightened right on up. I just couldn't handle it until the last 12 laps, and then it just came to life.
Yeah, I guess it is pretty easy to spin the tires when you got somebody pushing you behind you before you even get in the gas. But hey, I mean, it doesn't matter. We were able to get good starts, and he just had a better truck there at the end. I think we kind of burned our stuff up.
Next up, we were going for 30 laps with the Take Aim Gun Range Street Stocks. Great field of cars on hand here tonight, and James Nanny in the 6 car. He would show that he was very, very dominant. He would get out front early, and each and every restart, that 6 car was shot off like a rocket, and nobody was able to contest with him. At the end of the race, our points leader, the 29 of Bobby Mobley, getting awfully close within 2 to 3 car lengths of the 6 of Nanny, but in the closing laps, Nanny is able to pull away, and the 6 of James Nanny in his first start of the 2015 season takes it to victory lane, picking up the victory. The 29 of Bobby Mobley comes home in second, and Richard Nelson in the 80 car. Welcome him back out here to DeSoto Speedway with a good third-place finish.
And he's getting ready to climb out after picking up a big win here tonight. First win of 2015.
Hey, all right.
What up, baby? Oh, man. You good? Oh, I'm fine.
Here he comes.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was my first time out this season. I just wanted to come out and have fun. That's all. Just keep cars clean, and we did that. It got a little squirrely there at the end. I having a feeling the air pressures grew a lot, but we'll check on those and fix that next time. But it wasn't bad overall. Overall, it was very nice. Have some. This past week, I gotta thank everybody for all the help. My dad, Dakota, my wife Jennifer, and everyone else who's been around and just tinkering will pay off here. All the work's done at the shop. I'm just having fun out here.
Yeah, he did the same thing the other guys, stopping on the back stretch and going and stopping, and that ain't a good way to race. That ain't a clean way to race. But I want to thank my wife for letting me race. Jimmy Casper, Bobby Casper, all of them help us on this car. That's what makes us be able to come down here and race. But we'll take second. We ain't mad. We'll come back next weekend.
Yeah, it's fun to be back. This car was trying to hold up with those guys, but there's some slick spots out there. That was fun, though, racing with these guys. That was a blast.
And what better way to cap off a great night of racing with the wild and crazy school bus figure eights taken to the high banks of DeSoto Speedway. Everybody's going to remember that big crazy crash we had here last summer involving Mike Gamache. Well, Mike was out here to try to get some redemption and get back to victory lane. He would get out in front, and his zero bus was on a rail tonight as he would get through the chaos, surviving the intersection, and Mike Gamache goes on to pick up the victory in the school bus figure eights. The 6 of Sean Senikosoff would finish in second. Great turnout by the school bus figure eights, a fan favorite here at DeSoto Speedway, and a great way to cap off a great night of racing. Well, that's going to do it for another great night of racing here at the South's fastest short track, DeSoto Speedway. Coming up, we are going to be off next weekend. The 25th, we're going to be off for the big Bradenton parade, so everybody enjoy their week off. Everybody have a great time at the parade, and get ready to come back racing on May the 2nd as we welcome back the J.D. Byrider Open Wheel Modifieds. Going to be a great night of racing with them. We're going to have the Legends in action as well as the Bombers, the Mini Stocks. The Modified Minis will all be in action, and we're going to have the Take Aim Gun Range Street Stocks, who put on a great show here tonight. They'll be back in action coming up on May the 2nd. For more information, log on to DeSotoSpeedway.net. Check them out on their Facebook page. Be sure to check out the Turn 5 Racing page on there as well. And follow us on Twitter at DeSoto Speedway. Make sure you use that hashtag DeSoto Speedway. On behalf of Bob Culbertson and the great staff here at DeSoto Speedway, I'm Jake Wilson. Thanks for joining us on Turn 5 Racing. We'll see you next time at the South's fastest short track, DeSoto Speedway.